back to SpriteKit tutorial. In the previous video, right, we implement moving and. Yeah, let's give it a try. Run it. We override the update function here, right, to move up our lovely and. Okay, so in this video, let's try to polish this movement with an animation. Okay, stop it. Okay, I just prepared a second ant image, right? So this one we already have, right? It's this guy and 0. And the second one is a little bit different, you see? Yeah. Did you see the difference, right? I modified the legs to a slightly different location. Yeah. So we'll add this one into here, the asset, drag in and put it there. Yeah, because this is a big image, so let's put it here. Okay, now let's close this one and go back to game scene. So we'll create an animation action here. Another property, let and animation action. Okay, and the data type is sk action. It's still an action. Now if we don't provide the initial value, right, for the property like that, right, we don't provide the init value, compiler complains with that, has no initializer. So let's add one here. Just type init. Okay, so be careful, we don't override this one. We need this one, init size. Okay, now we'll call the super.init with size, that, and we'll put our code here to initialize this guy. So to create an, okay, now the compiler complains with some required initializer, so let's click this one and fixed that. Okay, so this function initialization will be called when we use scene, when we load the scene from the scene editor, but we don't use it. So don't worry about that. This is good for us. Now we can go back to initialize our animate and animation action before the super init function call. Okay, so and animation action equals sk action dot animate with an array of texture. The texture is the image, right, we provide for each frame of the animation. So we have 2 frames only. You guys can create, right, more than 2 frames to make it even more interesting. But here, for the demonstration purpose, right, we will only use 2 frame textures. So here is an array. Let's put an empty here. Time per frame. Okay, what about 0.2 seconds to play with? Well, we can experiment with that, right? Now let's try to run it, right, to make sure it compiles and runnable. Okay, oh, it complains here, so missing. Let's click here. Yeah, because we changed the signature of the initializer, right? So now we need to provide a size. Okay, fix. Okay, this time we don't need to set the scene size, using another line of code. We can put that one, copy and paste it here, put it here, and remove this line. Now if we run it, we should be able to see the previous image. We haven't implemented our animation yet. Oh, haha, it complains the texture array cannot be empty. Okay, so it forces us to put the texture here. Okay, let's create two textures. Okay, that and frame 0. Okay, sk texture image name, right? This one, so and 0. The next one, let, and frame 1 equals sk texture image named and 1. Now let's put the two textures here, and frame 1. Oh, I think it's better to make this one explicit. Okay, and textures, the data type is an array of sk texture equals, right, and frame 0, that's the first texture, second texture. Now we can put these textures here to complete the initialization of our animation and animation action. Okay, now this is an action, animation action. Now let's run it. We haven't used it yet, but make sure everything is fine so far. There's no animation because we haven't tried to use this guy. Now let's put the code here. After we add this and as the child of our game scene, we can do and dot run sk action dot repeat forever. We want to repeat this animation action, right, forever, and animation action. Now let's run again. We should be able to see the lovely animation of the ant. You see? Cool, right? Can we slow down the animation, like, or speed up? Like that. Time per frame. Okay, it's like crazy. I think slower is better. 0.3 second per frame. Okay, too slow. We'll stop at 0.2 second per frame. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. See you next time.